Adhipo Bhanu Shasidharam Suto Budhom Guru Bhargava Surya Nandano Rahuscha Ketuscha Parannavagraha Kuravantu Purna Manuratham Sadam Upendra Indrom Varuno Hutashanam Dharmo Yamo Vayu Harishchaturbhujam Gandharva Yaksho Ragasiddha Charana Kuruvantavo Purna Manuratham Sadam.
Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam. If you believe the word of the Guru, you will see the beauty of it, the truthfulness in it. But again, that depends on you. They believed the word of Guruji, they went to the king, they explained to him. And so devotees, he said, what more did Guruji tell you all? He said, we should worship Lord Ganesha. And devotees, there are always reasons, many reasons why we should worship Lord Ganesha. I will share some right now. Why Guruji said Lord Ganesha and nobody else. 4 major reasons and benefits when we get to the worship of Lord Ganesha. Maha Vigyan Pramuchate. What does that mean? When we worship Lord Ganesha, the greatest difficulties are overcome. What challenges or difficulties are we facing? Do we get up each morning with a heavy heart, an unwilling mind, faltering steps, afraid to open our eyes and to face the day? Anybody? Who could put on anybody? But that's what's happening. Now even the laws are there. If you say certain statements that are inflammatory, and whatever else, you can be taken to the court and you have to pay real money if you have court closed and a big bank statement. One person went to a certain place of worship. She didn't like what the man is saying. She didn't like how he talking. She didn't like what them people doing. She didn't like how they treat her. And she began to spread that on Facebook and everywhere. And she was taken to court and she lost. Now people are taking these things again. You think you call me a fool and I say thank you very much? Well, I could do that. But others now are telling you, let us know how we should behave in that kind of gentlemanly way, that refined way. And why isn't that so? Then they say, Siyarama is subject yani karhupran jori jupani. How can I say I should see God in you and yet I'm condemning you? How the God in me could condemn the God in you? But this is what keeps happening. And these are reminders for you and I. So no matter what he tried, his daughter wasn't getting married. So one day a sadhu passed by his home and said, when he heard the situation, he said, listen, here's a small Ganesh Murti. And devotee is another thing. Sometimes people may not know what they give you for your birthday or for an occasion, and they know you like to offer jelly and you like to pray, you like to go here, there, everywhere, temple and so on. So they buy a Murti for you. But you have 5 Ganesh Murti already. So you get a 6th one. How do you think? What do you do? You have to answer that. So here he got a Ganesh Murti, and the man said, worship this Ganesh Murti sincerely. And through the power and through the blessing of Lord Ganesh, marriage will come. You'll become a father-in-law, then a grandfather. So he felt happy. So he took the Murti, and he began to worship it for a while, but nothing was happening. Again, we all want quick results. You plant a seed, don't get a tree tomorrow and a fruit the next day. Lord Krishna says, soon. How soon is soon? We don't know, but God knows. We do our best and leave the rest in His capable hands, if you have a trust and faith and belief in Him. So out of frustration, there was a well, he took the Murti and threw it in the well. And that has been happening a long time now in the devotees. Long ago when we used to go in certain homes, very handy, very puja place, My son Tanso and my daughter Tanso, and they take all that and say, "Similimi and throw it away." Yeah, this is what we do. Anyone, and I'm saying it over radio, anyone who has converted from Hinduism to any other religion, there could be many reasons that you think are good, but one of the major reasons for that conversion is your lack of understanding and appreciation and knowledge of your own religion. If I don't understand myself and my own, then what? What? Devotees. So, the murti was thrown in the well. And devotees, he had already worshipped Lord Ganesha for a few days. And shortly after, a proposal came for his daughter. So he felt happy, big preparations were made. Barat came. And devotees, before the Dulha could enter the mandap, you know, we always have a diya lighting. The diya caught the whole mandap afire. And when the Dulha saw that, and his father said, no, we come here to get born. And they left. And now the daughter began to weep sorrowfully. The mother and the father was hurt. What is this? At that same time, the same sadhu who gave him the murti was coming. And this incident actually happened in India. I don't make up chalala or make things for a laugh. These are facts that we need to be guided by. And so the sadhu came. When he saw the fire, the man went and fell upon his feet and begged. He says, "Oh, Holy One, you gave me a murti. I worship it. I saw no result. I threw it in a well. And look, a proposal came. And look what has happened to my mandap. It's burning and people are leaving and they are cursing me for it. My daughter is crying the most, as well as my wife. Please help me." The holy man said, "Where did you throw the murti?" He said, "In the well." He said, "Well, go in the well for it. You have to go right there. That one whom we hurt and that which we ran from, as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the, leave it right there. You can't do these things and expect to get away. I mean you personally. People can't do these things. There's a law of natural justice, cause and effect. I can't give pain and expect happiness. And so devotees, poor fellow couldn't swim, but he now so determined to bring things back to a state of normalcy. He went in the well and somehow he found the murti, brought it back, put it on the bedi, and the puja started, and devotee rain started to fall. Heavy rain like what we had today. You all had rain, right? Very heavy rain began to fall. Time to perform Shivratri puja, and some thoughts came to their minds. And I'll put it very simply and very nice for you. Instead of being in the prayer room, they were in the bedroom. I think you understand what that means. I don't have to say anything more about that. And Shivratri is not a night to be in the bedroom, it's a night to be in the prayer room. And devotees, eventually through the intervention of the Father and the grace of Ma and Shivaji, that sin was destroyed. Another reason why we should worship Lord Ganesh, Sarva doshan pramuchate. Forgiveness is given for the greatest mistakes. Devotees, there's that individual in Bhagavad Mahapuran. When he was born, his mother took him in as a baby and went to Lord Krishna and said, "My Lord, I'm happy to have this son, but I don't know what the future holds for him. But if ever he does anything untoward, O Lord, you're kind, you're forgiving. Master, forgive him." I want to pause and make a point on this. Many a time you hear of the law of karma. What you plant is what you reap. That is quite correct. But Hinduism also has the law of Ram Kripa, the grace of God. Again, chapter 12, Bhagavan Krishna says, those who are forgiving by nature, they shall come to me. So God cannot ask me to be forgiven if He is not a forgiving God. But the problem in Hinduism, many of us who preach don't preach the forgiveness of God. We preach more of the likshoga, the punishment. God is a loving God. God is a forgiving God. He says so in chapter 12. I am only quoting him. And my God can't ask me to be forgiving if he is not forgiving. Didn't he forgive giant who picked the foot of Sita, which was deserving of the highest penalty or punishment? And when giant came and fell upon his feet and asked for forgiveness, what happened? He said, Lord, my eyes have deceived me. And if your arrow has to hit any part of my body, then Lord, my eye deceived me. Let it pluck one eye. And Bhagwan could have plucked both eyes. He only took out one, that he could remain with one to see, as a reminder. Don't be misled by the senses. So here this mother placed her son at the feet of Bhagwan and asked him, my Lord, forgive him. But God knows the past, the present, and the future. Bhagwan knows what he will turn out to be. And he says to the mother, I shall forgive him only up to 100 mistakes. After that, I cannot let him continue. And that is so, devotees. Scripture says forgive. I'll forgive forever. Depend on what it is. Depend on what you have done. I want to remind you of this point. Whatever you hear me or any Pundit, and I repeat this, any Pundit talk about on a singhasan or wherever, always use discretion in its application. For example, Satyamev Jayate, truth will prevail, I must speak the truth. If I could lie and save me life for my mother and father, I must tell the truth. I just asking you, I will lie for so. If I could do that and save the life of my mother and my father, I will tell a lie. Why shouldn't I? Devotee, but that's my point of view. I don't know what's yours. So always use discretion in its application. So should they say forgiveness. So you come, you burn down my house, you beat up my children, you interfere with my wife, you thief my car, and I will say, God forgive you. God forgive you. Turn the other cheek. Fix up. I'm not in that. You decide how you will live. Devotee, we have to be very practical in this world. This is how it has to be now, no other way. So, she asked Lord Krishna to forgive her 100 mistakes. And this devotee, Sisupal is his name, Kansan Sisupal. Sisupal, when he grew up, he began to call Lord Krishna all kinds of names, from dancer boy to black to this and that and the other. Up to now, we have people calling God names, That's what people do. They use the God-given gift of the voice, where you're able to express your thoughts and feelings and emotions, but you do it in a negative way. And that is not what it was given for. Speak the truth. Speak what should be said. I'm not saying anything new to anybody. I'm reminding you. So devotees, one day he began to call all the fault that he saw of Lord Krishna. He saw God with faults, And God is the faultless, sinless, birthless, deathless one. But he seen God with faults. He was cautioned when he reached 99. But he didn't listen. And when he uttered 100 fault, Bhagwan Sudarshan Chakra released that chakra to destroy ignorance and arrogance, and it destroyed him. Really meaning destroy the ignorance in him. Like when Sri Ram was in the forest, what animal he killed? What demon he killed? He killed that which is demonic in us. So that's why those who say when he was there and he shot animals and it was for meat, they don't even understand the point, devotees. God, our religion says, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma, non-violence is the highest form of the practice of Dharma. So my God will leave wherever he is and come upon earth for you and I, out of love, to be among us, play with us, sing with us, dance with us. And when he's ready to take the arrow or take whatever weapon and start to kill, he killed that which is demonic. And we also must go in hunting in the forest of the body and destroy the demons of anger, lust, greed, and hatred. That is what it's all about, devotees. So here, Mahapapan Pramuchite, the greatest sins can be destroyed. As Bhagwan Krishna did to Sisupala. And finally, Sarva Doshan Pramuchite, mentioned that the greatest mistakes are forgiven. And now, Sarvir Bhavati, through the worship of Lord Ganesha, right knowledge comes to us. And so we go to the Durga, the Lakshmi and the Saraswati and the Kali. Gyan Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Icha Shakti. Look at the flag. The flag has 3 sides. What do the 3 sides of the flag represent? Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Gyan Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Icha Shakti. Which is, we must have a strong willpower. When we have a willpower, we have the right knowledge and we perform the right action, we get the right result. That's what it's all about. So devotees, we want knowledge for transformation, not knowledge for information and for occupation. All that is good. So Sar Sarvi Bhavati, through the worship of Lord Ganesh, we get the right knowledge. And let me give an example in relation to Lord Ganesh. What is this right knowledge? Devotees, many say, why you're joining the Murti for Ganesh Visarjan? So that takes us to the understanding behind Visarjan. The water represents the waters of knowledge. The name and the form, duality. We are drowning or removing duality from our lives. There's duality and non-duality. We have to remove duality, name and form, and what remains? Substance. We're immersing that in the ocean of consciousness. And devotee, the sea of knowledge. That's what we want. So the Murti is no longer there. What remains is the knowledge that we need. We can move around with it. And there's a beautiful statement, that which contains knowledge is heavy, but the knowledge itself is not heavy. Give me an example. Check a student's school bag. The bag heavy for so with books. But the knowledge in the books, is the knowledge in the books heavy? Knowledge is not heavy. It's the container, the books and the bag and what have you. So devotees, this is a simple explanation behind Visarjan. And then the Lord wants us to overcome this attachment to that which is material. That which is material. Many cry because they were attached to it for 11 days. But then it tells you, this world is planet Earth called Mrityulok. What is born, what is created has to be destroyed right here. And therefore hold on to reality. Hold on to that which is spiritual. Because I just said a while ago, what is visible is perishable. That's the body. So that's why when there's a death we cry because of attachment. Yes, nobody's saying don't cry. But notice the words of Lord Krishna. He never said don't cry. He said don't grieve. Because grief over a prolonged period will damage us emotionally, psychologically and otherwise. It's good to go back and revise all these wonderful points of our scriptures and see it in a new light. It gives so much more power. You feel empowered as it were. So devotees, these are the reasons why we should all worship Lord Ganesh. Now, Guru Brihaspati told Mandhata and the saints and sages, go and worship Lord Ganesh, and I just told you why we should worship Lord Ganesh. Let us glorify him now, devotees. They put their hands together, focusing upon him, and they worship him with bhav. And they said, Jaya Shivanandana Parvati Nandana He Gajanana He Gajanana Vigna Vinashana He Gajanana Vighna Vinashana Jaya Shivanandana Parvati Nandana Jaya Shivanandana Parvati Nandana He Gajanana He Gajanana Vighna Vinashana He Gajanana घन विनाशन जय शिव नंदन आनंद दाता दुख ये हरता आनंद दाता दुख ये हरता गणपति बाबा है गणपति बाबा गणपति बाबा विश्व विधाता गणपति बाबा विश्व विधाता जय शिव नंदन पार्वती नंदन हे गजानन हे गजानन जय गणेश बाबा श्री गणेशा जय गणेश बाबा श्री गणेशा जय गणेश बाबा श्री गणेशा जय गणेशा जय गणेशा श्री गणेशा जय गणेशा श्री गणेशा बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की. So devotees, they all worship Lord Ganesh very sincerely, with emotion, with devotion. They meant it, for they knew what they were feeling, what they were suffering from. And devotees, through the grace of Lord Ganesh, to cut the whole long incident short, they were able, through the sincere prayer, to their sense of unity, sense of community, sense of spirituality, they were able to overcome that demon. But we'll hear how. I use 3 words. I want to remind you of what those 3 words are about. Unity, community, spirituality. Look at each of these 3 words. They contain the letter U and the letter I. If you are not in it, I'm not in it, there's no unity. If there's no you and there's no I, there's no community. If there's no you and no I, there's no spirituality. So we need, therefore, a powerful statement for the dream to work. We need teamwork. And you have heard it so many a time in Ramayana, devotees, and other scriptures where we need to always show that sense of togetherness. Without that, then we all weak. Our Guruji put it in a very powerful way. 2 of his chela would always quarrel and fight. So he decided to show them how they should unite. He told each of them, bring a piece of wood, we say bamboo. They brought the bamboo. He said, break it. It was very easy to break that thin piece of bamboo. The other one break it, he broke it easily. Guruji said, put all together now. And Mohan, Sohan, whatever your name is, start breaking. Up to now they're trying to break it. Because when they're all tied as one, it's difficult to break those pieces of bamboo. When will we learn this? We came from a tradition, our ancestors came on a boat, well, many boats, from different parts of India, speaking different languages. I don't have to give a history lesson now, we just had Indian arrival day. And they were able to come here, and despite their differences in clothing, in food, in language, even in appearance, they were able to form a community wherever they settled. And so they built the kuti and promoted the dharma. And because of what they did, we have so much that we have. What is happening now? Can we say the same? If it is so, God bless, keep it up. But we all know there's a lot more we could do when it comes to that. Politically and otherwise. So devotees, here what happened. The demon conquered the three worlds. What does it mean? There are three states: Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. There is the waking state, the dreaming state, and the deep sleep state. Some of us still dreaming. Some of us waking and not seeing. As it's said in Ramayana, there is the living, there is the dead, and there is the living dead. Devotees. It also represents the three bodies. When he says he conquered the three worlds, this is what he conquered. The three worlds, what are these three planes? There's the mental plane, the physical plane, and the spiritual plane. Whenever mentally we become weak, whenever physically we become weak, whenever spiritually we become weak, then we are fodder for any and anyone, anybody and anything. And that's happening. If we're weak, how can anyone confuse, corrupt, and convert me? How? Devotees. So when it is said that this Dhundasu conquered these three worlds, this is what they're referring to. So how to bring it back, how to get back what you have lost? You need the Guru in the form of enlightened intellect. Why do we worship the sun? It's not only a source of light, life, heat, and energy, but the sun in the human body represents the intellect of man. And if my intellect is weak, if my intellect is scattered, I just can't focus, concentrate, then anybody could say anything and confuse and corrupt me and convert me. So for me to pull things together, for me to get back on track, for me to become a winner, a success, I need to have an enlightened intellect. That's why we have a guru, that's why we have a temple, we have scriptures, and we have so many other things to enlighten ourselves. So when they said they prayed and they won back and they defeated the demon, this is what they actually did. They found back themselves. They allowed their true nature to prevail. Our true nature is Sat, Chit, Anand, May, Swarup. We have the nature of divine truth, divine bliss, and divine consciousness. And once we have that, we're good to go. We can go forward, onward, and Godwards with ease. So devotees, they worship Lord Ganesh because he is the Muladhara Chakra. Why is he worshipped first? Devotees, for one to be successful, many things have to happen. But in the spiritual field, Lord Ganesh is Muladhara Chakra, the first of the 7 energy centers of the human body. Now we need to know these things from time to time. You not remember everything, but at the end something good will come out of it. Devotees, is only when a man is able to differentiate between what is developmental and what is detrimental that he prepared to go forward. So here I have before me, I told Siddhartha put it beautifully, Sukha Dukh, Papa Punya, Din Rat. This world are made up of pairs of opposites, night and day, truth and untruth, birth and death, pain and pleasure. Vidhata ne gyan deta hai. God has blessed us with the faculty of thought, the powers of analysis to choose. And when we choose, then we're able to know where we're heading. So we worship Lord Ganesh first. Yes, it's to overcome obstacles, and we all want that. To give us wisdom. Very importantly, to have that discriminative power to differentiate between what is developmental and what is detrimental. In other words, what ain't good for me, I have to drop it, I have to leave it, I have to run from it. And what is good for me, I have to pick it up with both hands and promote it, practice it, spread it. That's why Ganapati Baba was chosen. That's why we worship him first. So devotees, there's a lot more we can say about this Katha. But there are other things I want to share with you. And now I ask you to join again with me as I glorify Lord Ganesh. This time we use a very simple, straightforward kirtanam. Gauri Varetanaya Gunalaya Gauri Varetanaya Gunalaya Gajavadana Gananatha Natha Gajavadana Gananatha Natha Gauri Varetanaya Gunalaya Gajavadana Gananatha Natha Vidyadayak Vidyadayak Buddhi Pradayak Vidyadayak Vidyadayak Buddhi Pradayak Vidyadayak Buddhi Pradayak Siddhi Vinayak He Shubhadayak Siddhi Vinayak He Shubhadayak Gajabadana Gananatha Natha Gauri Varetanaya Gunalaya Gajabadana Gananatha Natha Gajavadana Gananatha Natha Bole Shri Gajanan Swami Ki Jai. Now devotees, I want to do something to bring out the greatness of Lord Ganesh. We know of his symbolism, we have heard about the beheading, decapitation, and all the various symbolism with the eyes and the trunks and so on. I want to go to another aspect of Lord Ganesh to show you. You know, the question can be asked, and the scriptures answered, why the elephant head? We know the memory of being a vegetarian, and so much more. But a lot of work is being done on Lord Ganesh. He's well loved by all. All over you go, you see murtis and all kinds of trinkets and souvenirs with Lord Ganesh. It's really mind-boggling. Do some traveling and see. So here now I'm going to share some of that with you. We know about the robotic industry. We know robots are being used to assemble vehicles for medical purposes. Now many people, they don't need anyone at home, but you have to pay, like a maid. You bring a robot. They have reached that far, you know. The robot say, you give the robot a command, you go in the fridge and bring your medication, you go and bring a little Coke, if you drink Coke. Although we have to be careful with the Coke, whatever it might be. So this is where we have reached in this world, devotees. But what is the inspiration for the robotic industry? And I'm going to quote from my article here. Researchers are developing a robotic arm with improved dexterity and flexibility. So what was the source of this inspiration? The nature of the elephant's trunk. The nature of the elephant's trunk. Now he mentioned the versatility of the trunk. You can lift up heavy things and small things, and all of it could serve as a straw, a hand, it could serve as a bridge. What? I'm not going to do all of that. Devotees, it shows where this trunk has reached. Where the trunk is being used in machines for the help of man in medical, musical, other fields. So devotees, I'm just giving you a bit of it because there are a few more things I want to share with you. So when you think of the robotic industry, think of the trunk of Lord Ganesh, that perhaps one day I may be using some robot in my home. And it came from, according to researchers, the versatility of the trunk of Lord Ganesh, or the elephant. Elephant uses its trunk to pick up human vocabulary. So when we feel we're talking elephant bad, we poor people, we feel elephant don't understand us, no. And I'm quoting again. This elephant uses its trunk to pick up not only food, but also human vocabulary. So when this was sent to the world, they began to laugh. Well, tell me about elephant and picking up vocabulary. The parrot does do that. The mockingbird does do that. The myna does do that. Well, that's true. But here what happened, here's the difference now. It's a wholly novel method of vocal production, because the elephant uses its trunk to reproduce human speech. And there's another research which says any language, and there was elephant name given and place and so on, which could reproduce 20 phrases in the Russian language, and whichever language you want to try it in. I go on devotees. So when we talk about Lord Ganesh, start thinking of these things, you know. At least that's how I see it. Why is cancer? Why I'm saying cancer? You know why? Because a fella told me brother shipment and me know it all gone through. Why is the cancer rare in the elephant? This is a good one for all of us. Everywhere is cancer, you know. So why is the cancer rare in the elephant? The answer might help to treat human beings. Cancer is much less common in elephants than in humans, even though the big beast bodies have many more cells. That's a paradox, which is known among scientists. Now researchers feel they may have an explanation, which they hope someday will lead to protect people from cancer. And they go on to give us why that is so, about the cells and all these things. I'm just sharing bits and pieces, devotees. We go on to another one. I remember when we used to see pictures, up to now we see pictures of Lord Ganesh with a big belly. We felt put off by it. When everybody say slim and lean is the way we shall go. Well, devotees, you decide how you want your body to be. He's called Lambodar. Now, here is what this research is saying. Is your gut, meaning your belly, is your belly making you sick? And the answer is a big fat yes. And I won't go into details. Think of what bacteria is inside of there. Ganesh Baba is telling us everything, devotee, but now we see it in a different light. And I hope you accept what I'm saying. A gut full of diverse microbes, bacteria, viruses, and fungi is essential, but is also detrimental. So we need to know what is inside of us. And devotees, I brought a wonderful picture. There are devotees of Hanumanji in India who are able to grow at the back a tail up to a few inches. Now they are devotees of Lord Ganesh whose noses are growing like the trunk of Lord Ganesh. And I have a picture. You may not be able to see it there, but after I finish, you want to see it, I will show it to you. So devotees, when you hear the story of Pinocchio, every time he lied, his nose got bigger. You understand what they were trying to say? It's an interesting thing. And devotees, two more, bear with me. I think I have some time still. Two more. Another wonderful picture. I was blown away by this one. I will read it. It's really high technical language, but it will tell you that how Lord Ganesh is really a part of us, in us. Now the brain, the ventral view of the brain, when you watch it from below here, going up, The ventral view of the brain seen from underneath then, showed the clear correspondence between Lord Ganesh and the three parts of the brain, the pons, the medulla, and the cerebellum. Now, I can't go and explain all that now. Take it long and you could always find out after. The face of Sri Ganesh corresponds to the pons. The medulla represents the trunk of Lord Ganesh, and the roots of the trigeminal nerves represent the eyes of Ganesh. A group of nerves at the pons represent the tusks of Lord Ganesh. The cerebellum constitutes the ears of Lord Ganesh, which governs balance, eye movement, bodily equilibrium, ongoing execution of limb movement. These structures not only look like Lord Ganesh, but they function in human physiology, correspond to the functional activities ascribed to Lord Ganesh, Ganapati Baba. What more do we want, devotees? So if you don't like the story, you don't like the laddu, you don't like this idea, look at this here. Take it from this point of view. And if that's not good enough, well, hear the real thing now. Devotees, Hinduism has given to the world so much. There's what we call Tapu Karanam. I'll say it again, you try and remember it. Tapu Karanam. And what is Tapu Karanam? Research continues to be done on Lord Ganesh, his practices and beliefs, and his benefits. And this time, who's saying it? Devotees. These are the findings at the highest level. There's a practice called Tapu Karanam. I will explain it to you. It's an ancient Hindu technique. It involves squeezing your right earlobe with the thumb. So this is the right earlobe. I squeeze it with the thumb and the forefinger. You can try it too now. You might see the benefit right away. You squeeze the right earlobe with the thumb and forefinger of your left hand. Then cross your hand over and grasp the other side, very same way. So we're doing this. And before I go, I remember some time ago, a fella did this. Oh God, a fella did this, and what was the reaction behind that? Oh, this Tapu Karanam Bhai, Hinduism from Tamil Nadu. So here we go. All right, you do this. I continue. You then bob your body up and down. So you go up and down. Well, I can't do it here, sit down. But you bend your knee a little bit and you go up and you come down like this. Now remember long ago when mother said, hey, you're playing bad, huh? Come hold your hands and sit and stand up. Mother wasn't far from the truth, you know. She was teaching us something about Lord Ganesh, but we didn't know, and she perhaps didn't know either. I'm sure many of us have held our heads and, sat down and stood up and sat down and stood up for a number of times. So you bob up and down, but before Lord Ganesh, because you're worshipping him. And then what do? You breathe in as you go down. Breathe in as you go down. Then when you come up, you breathe out as you rise. So what is this all about? Sounds simple. Tapu Karanam. This is commonly prescribed by teachers and gurus in India for unruly behavior in classrooms. Like every school should start doing this now. But I think I would tell them in education to do that. Don't laugh. But we have told them about the benefits of meditation already, you know. We have mentioned meditation and how to ban soft drink, but listen to that one. And we told them about the benefit of having vegetarian food. That coming slowly but surely. We told them about the benefits of not having snacks, but they listen to that. Common sense and logic and truth will prevail, devotees. And this has nothing to do with praise from me or Swaha or anybody. It is the right thing to do. So, what is the benefit of this? Students who are unruly, they can't sit down quiet, they don't listen, they keep pelting, keep choking each other. We all know that. Scientific studies have now shown it effectively creates mental balance. Mental balance. And here who benefit from it? Not only children who are ill-behaved, children with autism, my dear people, your dharma, tapukaranam. Children with autism, attention deficit disorder, those are serious problems affecting our children in our school. And that's why these things are happening. So, autism, attention deficit disorder, and other behavioral problems, too many to mention. Too many. Devotees. And what happens is, it gives you brain power to enhance and balance the mind. It's a long article. It says just 12 minutes, and just 12 minutes daily meditation over a period of 8 weeks will increase the various activities and create the necessary changes. And this is what you have seen it in movies perhaps, where people go and they hold the edge and they bend down before the murti. You must have seen that if you have been to India. Or if you see movies. And this is part of the worship of Lord Ganesh. So devotees, what more can I say? Notice I stay away from the normal run-of-the-mill things, because I think this needs to be shed. And there is more, but some other time. So here, I want us to join together. I will glorify Lord Ganesh once again. And this time, devotees, this song we all know. Jai Ganesh, Jai Jai Ganesh. Mata Jake Parvati Pita Mahadeva, Mata Jake Parvati Pita Mahadeva to Jai Jai Ganesh, Shri Ganesh, Bolo Jai Jai Ganesh, हाँ जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश बोलो जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश माता जाके पार्वती पिता महादेवा माता जाके पार्वती पिता महादेवा जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश बोलो जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश एक दंत दयावंत चारि भुजधारी एक दंत दयावंत चारि भुजधारी ओ एक दंत दयावंत चारि भुजधारी एक दंत दयावंत चारि भुजधारी माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूस की सवारी जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश बोलो जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश बोलो अंधन को आग देता कोढ़िन को काया अंधन को आग देता कोढ़िन को काया पाझन का पुत्र देता निर्धन को माया जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश बोलो जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश हाँ जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश वधुवन का भोग लगे संत कर सेवा वधुवन का भोग लगे संत कर सेवा हार चढ़े फूल चढ़े यौ चढ़े मेवा जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश बोलो जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश ओ जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश दासम के लाज राखे शंभु पुत्र वारी दासम के लाज राखे शंभु पुत्र वारी मेरे मनोरथ पूर्ण करो जाओ बलिहारी जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश बोलो जय जय गणेश
माता जाके पार्वती पिता महादेवा, माता जाके पार्वती पिता महादेवा। जय जय गणेश,
श्री गणेश, जय जय गणेश,
प्रेम से कहो,
जय जय गणेश, श्री
प्रभु का नाम जपो,
जय जय गणेश, श्री
बारंबार से बोलो,
जय गणेश, श्री गणेश,
जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश, जय जय गणेश श्री
गणेश।
माता जाके पार्वती पिता महादेवा। जय जय गणेश श्री गणेश। गजानना गजानना बोलो, गजानना गजानना बोलो, गजानना जय गजानना गजानना हे। तो गंग गंग गणपति गजानना बोलो, गंग गंग
गणपति गजानना,
जय जय गंग गंग
गजानना
बोलो, गंग गंग
गणपति गजानना,
गजानना गजानना
गजानना गजानना,
गजानना गजानना
गजानना गजानना,
बोलो, गजानना गजानना।
गजानना गजानना।
तो गंग गंग गणपति गजानना बोलो, गंग गंग
गणपति गजानना,
जय जय गंग गंग गणपति गजानना बोलो, गंग गंग
गणपति गजानना,
गजानना
गजानना
गजानना गजानना गजानना। गंग गंग गणपति गजानना गजानना। Focus upon Lord Ganesha, who heard so much about him, devotees. It's now our turn to internalize and, more importantly, to contemplate upon his comely form and ask him for his continued guidance, blessings, help and protection for yourself, your home and your family, each and every one. जय 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 गणपति गणराजो, जय 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 गणपति गणराजो, जय 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 गणपति गणराजो, जय जय जय
गणपति गणराजो।
मंगल करण भवंगल हारी, मंगल करण भरन ममताजो, जय जय जय
गणपति गणराजो, जय जय गणपति गणराजो।
जय 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 गणपति गणराजो, जय 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 गणपति गणराजो। जय गज बदन सदन सुखदाता, जय गज बदन सदन सुखदाता, विश्व विनायक बुद्धि विधाता, विश्व विनायक बुद्धि विधाता। जय 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 गणपति गणराजो,
जय जय गणपति गणराजो।
मंगल भरण करण शुभ काजो, मंगल करण भरण शुभ काजो। जय 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 गणपति गणराजो, जय जय जय
गणपति गणराजो।
वक्रतुंड शुचि सुंदर सुहावन, वक्रतुंड शुचि सुंदर सुहावन, तिलक त्रिपुंड भाल मन भावन, तिलक त्रिपुंडय भाल मन भावन। जय 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 गणपति गणराजो, जय 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 गणपति गणराजू, जय 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 गणपति गणराजू। मंगल भरण करण शुभ काजू, मंगल भरण करण शुभ काजू। जय जय जय
गणपति गणराजू,
जय 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 गणपति गणराजू, जय 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 गणपति गणराजू, जय 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 गणपति गणराजू।